Hi everyone, welcome back to High Tech Institution YouTube channel. Yes, you all know we are now dedicatedly creating some videos for discussion, group discussion kind of. We have successfully completed two videos, infrastructure as a code and pipeline tools, everything. So we got a very great response from all of you guys. Thanks for the response what you have given for past two videos. Anybody missed those two videos, right? Go ahead and have a look on the link in the description. In this video, we are predominantly going to talk about day to day our work environment, how it will be, what kind of task I will receive, what kind of requirement my client will hand it over to me, what are the different tickets and what are the different work activity I will get in the live project. That is the discussion. Recently now Satish, who attended the interview, he got a chance to work in various environment, different clients. He acquired some of the important use cases, client requirement. From his day-to-day task, he will be asking some question to our three experts, Soumya, Ram, and Hari. We three are there, and we'll be helping Satish to how to proceed further with these questions. Okay, let's get started. Satish, I'm handing over to you, Satish. Now you can take it forward.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, team, just now Ari said the topic is a real work environment. Work environment will be. So what kind of work we are getting daily basis in cloud? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. First question. Ari, this is to you. So how can you optimize cost in a cloud environment?
Definitely, when you go to any project, right, cost optimization is the primary point of every customers. Okay. Anyway, so answering to this question, right, first of all, we need to ensure to provide limited access to the required people. We are supposed to not provide everybody to create a resource in our cloud environment. If he belongs to L1 team read only, we need to restrict him by creating a read only access only. In the IAM permission, we need to restrict him where the L1 guy does not require to create any resources, right? Second thing, we need to have an automation in place to clean up the idle resources. When somebody doing a testing, when somebody doing a POC kind of thing, definitely he would create some resources. So we will be having some automation in place in the backend. The automation will make sure, based on some tags or based on some project, it has some conditions in the code where it will delete the unwanted idle resources. Okay, and again, we need to ensure right sizing the resources. Where if you're creating EC2 instance or if you're creating any RDS database, whatever, right sizing is really matter. So we have various instance type, right? T2 micro, T2 nano, MX large, MXX large. Okay, like database also, we do have some lots of instance type. So make sure what is your requirement, how many people will access this instance or how many people will access this database. Based on that, you need to right size your resources. Okay, that way you can save the cost. And finally, we do have some inbuilt cost analysis tools are there, and third-party cost analysis tools are there. When you enable with your environment, right, that will suggest, hey, see, this resource is very long period, which is in idle state. Maybe go ahead and delete that. The tool will suggest, hey, go ahead and see this resource is highly provisioned, but utilization is very less. Go ahead and downgrade that, hardware configuration of the particular resources. That way, okay. Also, if you have any unattached volumes, no need mean delete them. Okay. If you're unnecessarily maintaining some snapshots or AMI, if not required, delete them. Okay. So these are the way and the best practices, right? We can cut down the cost in our project.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so Morgan, this is to you.
Yeah.
Explain the difference between a public subnet and a private subnet in a VPC part, virtual private cloud.
Okay. So you're asking a question in that networking level, right? Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you take a public subnet, right, people can access respective server which you placed in that public subnet. Okay, which means that is publicly accessible. Generally, if you want to host any web server, okay, so web application you're gonna expose through the public users, so you can place that web server inside of the public subnet. Why? Because that server has the internet, that subnet has the internet connection. Okay, so in addition to that, we can expose our application to that public users. So that is really recommended to host the web server. And then coming to the private server. Okay, so generally, if you want to secure any information, in the sense, you can, you can go with the private subnet. For example, we can take database. Okay, so inside of the database, some crucial information should be there. For example, users information, user sign up information, their images, their personal info. Okay, so like that, some information will be there in the database. Okay, so in that time, if you are exposing the database to public user in the sense, that's not recommended. Why? Because database that web server should access. Okay, so for that we need to restrict the public access. If you want to restrict the public access, you can go with the private subnet. And inside of that private subnet, no internet connection will be there. If you want to provide a private internet connection, you have to go with the NAT gateway. Okay, so to provisioning the internet gateway to the database in private subnet. Okay, so yeah, so these are the difference in the public and private.
Okay, understand. Okay. Yeah, Soumya, this is to you. What are the benefits and challenges we are facing of serverless computing?
Yeah, yes, Satish. Actually, when
Yeah,
come to the serverless computing, it allows to developers to focus on the front end of the website or application. Okay, so without worrying about the backup, backend functions and all. So the benefits will be we can include automatic scaling, reduced operational overhead, and also the challenges maybe include full start latency and limitations on execution time, and also we can include resource availability. And the thing is, no server management is necessary. Okay, when come to the serverless concept, and also developers are only charged for the server space they use. Okay, so we can reducing the cost also, and also serverless architectures are inherently scalable, and also for quick deployments, and we can get the updates, and also updates updates also possible, and code can be run to the closer to the end user, and we can decreasing the latency also. So these are the benefits and the challenges of serverless computing.
yeah, got it, Soumya. Yeah, next one. Yeah, Hari, this is to you. How do you ensure the security of data in a cloud environment?
Security of data in cloud environment, right? Yes. Actually, a big question. So when you go any environment, data is a crucial part of every customers. We all have to agree. First basic ethic is if you having a data in EBS volume or EC instance or snapshot or as a S3 bucket or wherever your database servers, wherever you have your data, make sure we are encrypting that. Today, all the cloud providers they are providing inbuilt encryption service kind of KMS. Make sure you are encrypting that. And again, as I said in the first requirement itself, ensure only the authorized and authenticated people can access your environment, not all the people. Okay. And again, if double check, is there any data you are publicly exposing? Okay, private, not a big deal. If we are encrypted, that's fine. And only limited people is accessing your data. But when you are any requirement or any use case, you want to expose your application or any of your data publicly, double check and verify and expose with very minimal, challenges. And kind of if you wanted to share your data with your vendor or any other partners, anybody like that, S3 kind of services having, pre-signed URL kind of options are given, okay, where we can securely pass the data during the transmit. So if you're accessing from on-premises to cloud in those scenarios, right, make sure you have a proper VPN in place and, ensure your security team is always monitoring your firewall level and network level and all. So in that, these are the way if you are a bit more conscious, we can give the good security to our data.
Yeah, I understand, Hari. Okay, next one, Morgan. Explain the concept of continuous integration and continuous deployment, CI/CD.
Okay. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay. So generally, continuous integration, which is nothing. If you are developing one code, in the sense, the planning and if you are pushing a code into one location, those kind of activity, which is something called as continuous integration. And then continuous deployments. Okay, so continuous deployments means which automates the release process, deployment, and deploying the changes to production automatically. Okay, so after passing this test stage, okay, so continuously after that, the process will continue. That SDM manager will deliver the projects to client. If he said any corrections or something like that, in the sense he need to get back it and he need to redirect the developers, and then the process will continue. Okay, yeah. So continuous deployments means the stages. Okay, so it automates the release process, and then it deploying the respective changes in the productions. Okay, so after the test stage, continuous integration means it merging the code. The developer, how they are uploading their code into repos. Okay, so these kind of activity considered as a continuous integration.
Yeah, Soumya, this is to you. What are microservices and what are the advantages do they offer in cloud-based application?
Actually, microservices. Okay. So actually, microservices
Microservices.
are very small, so independent services, and also it can be communicated to form a larger applications. Okay, and also they offer scalability, flexibility, and also deployment and maintenance. So microservices allow each service to be independently scaled to meet a demand for the application. Okay, so this enables teams to right size infrastructure needs, and accurately we can measure the cost of the feature, and we can maintain the availability if a service experiences demand also. Actually, microservices allows a larger application to be separated into smaller independent pods also. And also, when come to the microservices, so here to serve a single user request, and also microservices based application can call on many internal microservices to compose its response also. But the thing is, here the advantages will be we can improve the scalability, and we can get better fault isolation for more resilient applications also, and we can get programming language and the technology agnostic, and better data security and the compliance, and faster time to market and future proofing. And this is one of the advantage of microservices. And finally, we can get the greater business agility and the support for the DevOps. Sorry. So that's all about Satish.
Okay, Soumya, got it. Yeah, next one, Hari. Could you explain, compare and contrast containers and virtual machines? When would you choose one over the other? Did you understand?
Yes. So comparing that, constraint container and a virtual machine, it depends again on the requirement. I believe now everybody move out from the virtual machine, right? So nobody using hypervisor virtual machine, but still some people are using virtual machine as instances on top of the cloud. Okay, where if you go AWS or Azure, there will be instances is there, right? The VM. So it depends on the application, what you have exactly. If you are hosting any monolithic application where many people access, the application is huge in size. Okay, at that case, we can host that application on top of AWS instance as in form of virtual machine. Where you are having a microservice based application, where you have lots of API in that small microservices or depends on that application, not a monolithic. Okay, in that case we can prefer to go with a container. Either you can use it as a container form, or in Kubernetes you can use it as a deployment in terms of parts. Okay, so again it depends on the requirement, but either way, if you go with the container based, your applications are hosted with the container based, the performance will be a bit more better, and the cost wise, right, it will be comparing virtual machine, it's a bit cheaper, so it will be a good place to manage. That is a new trend, I think, current trend, having an application making it as a container base. So this is the personally I felt this could be the great differences.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Okay, next one, Morgan, this is to you. So explain the importance of infrastructure as a core in cloud environment.
Okay, so you asking importance only. Okay, so yesterday, we dedicatedly discussed the IaaS, I think. Okay, so today I'm going to explain only the importance. So the thing is, if we are creating any template to set up on an infra, right? You can save your time first of all. Okay, so why? Because there is no case. Here you don't want to open your console. Here you don't want to create any resources by manual. Once you deploy the course, you can simply execute it, and then the execution times also it will be little bit lower than the manual creation. And the second point is you can easily scale up. Okay, so it's easily scalable. The thing is, initially you wrote a code for any other setup. Like for example, we can take VPC. Okay, so if you want to scale up some other codes, like you want to add some resources to this network, like subnet you want to add, internet gateway you want to add, and instance you want to place in this network. Okay, so whatever the requirement if you have, you can easily add the respective code into the same script. You can execute it, that respective thing will happen, and then it won't repeat the same resource. Okay, so if you are using a CFT, if you are using a Terraform, it won't repeat the same resource at the time of execution. Okay, so and then the thing is, these are all open source nowadays, so that it's cost efficient too. Okay, yeah, these are the advantages in this area.
Okay, Mukan. Yeah, got it. Yeah, next one, Soumya. Could you explain the concepts of disaster recovery and high availability in the context of cloud infrastructure? I hope you did you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Disaster recovery, right? Concept of disaster recovery and high availability, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, disaster recovery, it is a very important one. So I think disaster recovery involves the processes and tools to recover the IT operations. Okay, after a disaster. So it will be recovered through the IT systems after the disaster also. So we can get high availability, ensure that systems are operational and accessible with a minimal downtime. So a disaster recovery solution enables you to recover the quickly from natural or human-made disaster and human-made disaster also, and it provides services to the users. In addition to that, you can use disaster recovery setup for planned migrations. Okay, that is also very important. I mean, planned to migrations and the switch between different regions periodically. And when come to the disaster recovery method, so here backup. So backupping the data is one of the easiest method of disaster recovery that all the business implement. And the data center disaster recovery and the virtualization concept and the disaster recovery as a service. So that's all about the methods of disaster recovery. Okay.
Okay, Soumya. Got it. Yeah, next one, Hari. This is a crucial question. Okay, what are the advantages and challenges we are facing in a multi-cloud strategy?
Multi-cloud strategy, yes. So today, many organizations decided to have multi-cloud, more than one cloud, combination of AWS or Azure or GCP or AWS GCP. It could be any one combo. So what happens is it depends actually. So the things what we need to consider when you go for multi-cloud strategy, the connectivity between these two clouds. Okay, the network accessibility, all those things we need to ensure, and the application you develops also, which supports both the cloud. Okay, that way we need to fix the checklist to ensure. And other than that, right, we need to financially in a position to afford both cloud providers billing on every month. And when you have a multi-cloud, right, it will be good for us to plan the disaster recovery, high availability, your application available here as well as available there. It will give you a kind of a feature for your application. It will be always accessible. Even if the complete AWS is down, we have option to our application from the GCP end. So basically, right, every customers, when they are going with all the resources in one cloud, imagine it will be AWS, they are more and more dependent. The dependency is keeps on increasing in the one cloud when you use. So when you are distributing a resource across multiple cloud, right, the dependency somehow balanced in each both cloud environment. So in future, any impact happens on we would be able to come out from that such situation. Okay. So setting up the strategy of all your application developer have to decide, and you need to ensure the application is getting the or giving the value and resources equally to both cloud. It's very much conscious when building an application of cloud, multi-cloud strategy. That is what I would like to share. So that's it, Sajesh. Hope you got the point.
Yeah, Hari, got it. Thanks, team. I got some inputs from how the real work environment will be. So, what kind of works we are facing daily basis in cloud. So, we will end up now. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ram and Soumya for sharing your experiences. Thanks, Satish, for bringing your wonderful questions. Fine, people, those who are watching and keep supporting us, right? Please subscribe this channel. So if you really like that, give your likes. And if you need any other topic need to be discussed in a similar way, you can mention the topic in the comment section. We'll come up with the discussion for that topic. Okay, it will be easy for you as well when we present it well. So thank you again. We'll catch you on next video. Bye-bye.